Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing a very important and controversial topic. And this has to do with our babies and toddlers. It's not an easy job looking after a baby or after a child. You're doing amazing. Don't beat yourself so hard. You're doing amazing job raising these tiny human beings that God has given to us. Yeah, today I'm going to be discussing an important topic from the point of view of a mother and as an early childhood educator. This is what we have seen, we have experienced, and a lot of parents are much concerned about this particular thing. That is the use of pacifier or dummies, depending on what it is called in different countries. Should we or should we not use pacifiers? I know even you watching me, you have it at the back of your mind. Should I not use? Okay, at least if you feel you have any thoughts towards that, please drop it in the comment section. Doing an amazing job. Don't beat yourself so hard. It's not easy. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of courage to look after a newborn baby. And you are doing amazing. You're doing so good. I'm just here to give us one or two tips on how to really look after this child. Please stay to the end of this video. So I want all the mothers, all the fathers, all the nursing mothers, all the foster parents, all the guardians, if you are saddled with the responsibility of looking after any child, this video is for you. Please don't skip. Stay to the end. Okay, we are going to be talking about the use of dummies and pacifiers or pacifiers, depend on what it is called in your region. We are going to be talking about the use of dummies by babies and toddlers. It is a very controversial topic because we have seen a lot of studies or researches about the use of dummies, and so many of them came forward with the pros, the cons, and the risks involved in using pacifier. Today I'm going to be discussing it from the point of view of a mother and an early childhood educator. All right, now from experience we have seen firsthand the effect and the importance of the use of pacifiers among children, and I'm going to tell us from my own point of view and from my experience if we should use pacifiers for our babies or not. Please, like I say, stay to the end of the video and make sure you share and let others see the video. All right, let's go into the video itself. There are so many pros or advantages of use of pacifier, one of which is number one, it settles the child to sleep early. Number two, it addresses the issue of sudden infant death syndrome, SID, which is very prevalent among newborns and new babies. Number three, it helps mothers to have time for themselves while the child is being settled. But then there are so many disadvantage that has been discovered with the use of pacifier. Number one is dental issues. Number two, delay in speech. Number three, separation anxiety, especially when you want to withdraw the dummy or pacifier from the child. And today, I want to discuss from my own point of view as a mother and as an educator. Now, we notice that as the child grow older, meaning from the age 1 and above, they reach a stage that the risks of the pacifier outweighs its benefit. But then at that point, it becomes difficult to wean them off the pacifiers. Parents become concerned. We educators become concerned because it seems the child develop a level of dependence on this pacifier that they can't do without it. Now, I'm not saying it is wrong to use pacifiers, and for parents that have already used it for their child, you can see what I'm talking about. Please drop your comments in the section if you have troubles weaning your child off the pacifier. Now, from the advice of doctors, from the ages of 1 and above, the risks of using pacifier outweighs its benefit. What are the risks? Among the things I've listed are worth it. We also add the risks of choking. Now, the parts of the pacifier can come off and then forms a choking answer to a child. We talked about latex intolerance in some babies. But then, talking from the point of a mother and an educator. Now, the point will reach in the development stage of a child that they begin to develop their unique personalities and begin to assert their rights. At the point that the child starts saying no. If you have reached that point and you want to wean the child off a pacifier, it will not be so difficult. I won't even encourage a mother or a parent to try to wean their child off the pacifier at that stage, because it's going to be very difficult. It's going to affect the child. They won't be settled, and lots of things that comes with trying to withdraw the pacifier from the child at that age. What then should we do? I've discovered from experience that most times at the early stage of a child's life, it is the parents that try to force the pacifier on the child, because the parents want some alone time, which of course is very important. There's a video I am going to post down there. In the video, we can see the child, the newborn, drops the pacifier or try to spit it out of his mouth because he does not even know what is a pacifier. But then, to us as parents, it's going to help us to keep them temporarily quiet, which is what every newborn, new mother longs for. It is so hard. Like I said, you're doing amazing. Being a mother, being a father to a newborn is a whole lot of work. I've been there. I have children of my own, so I understand perfectly. But then, at the earliest child of development, it is the parents that benefit more from the use of the pacifier. But once the child starts getting to the ages of 1 and above, they now see the comfort that the pacifier brings to them. They now see the security the pacifier brings to them. At that point, it becomes difficult to wean them off the pacifier. But then, that is the point that most parents now feel, oh, it is time to wean my child off pacifier, and it becomes a whole lot of trouble. Lots of tantrum, lots of unsettledness, more crying, the cry that we are trying to avoid when they were a baby. Then it becomes so terrible. We have situations or cases of babies that can't do anything except they are with their pacifier. Not just one, not just two, some up to 3 pacifiers before they will be able to be, before you can settle them. And it's so difficult at times, some babies, to even get them to eat because they want the dummy or pacifier in their mouth all day. They're trying to eat, you take the pacifier from their mouth, then they put it back in their mouth, you take it away. So it's so hard to get them to eat. It's so hard to get them to talk. Sometimes they're trying to talk, they'll still have the dummy in their mouth. So you can't really communicate properly with them, except you get the dummy off their mouth. Honestly, we can avoid reaching that stage by stopping the use of pacifier or gradually reducing the use as early as possible. Study has shown that the best time to start weaning your child off pacifier is between the ages of 6 to 10 months, before they are 1 year. You can gradually reduce the usage of the pacifier to strictly when they need it, which is for sleep and when they are very unsettled or upset. So with that, you gradually reduce their access to pacifier. And another strategy that I used that worked in one of my rooms was to take the pacifier out of sight. Once most time they can't see it, then it helps them not to demand for it. So once you get to that age, between ages 6 to 10, take the pacifier out of sight. What it means is you offer it when there is need for it and not all the time. Reduce the access of the child to the pacifier. You will be glad you did that, because by the time they reach that age of between 1 to 2, where they are becoming so aware of themselves, they are becoming so aware of the environment, it's going to be so difficult to deprive them of the pacifier at that point. Why do you need to reduce the use of pacifier for your child? Like I said, number one, is going to help them to communicate more as they grow older. Number two, the issue of separation anxiety will be less. What I mean by that is it will come to a stage that depriving the child their pacifier will lead to anxiety, which is what we don't want as a mother. Nobody wants their child to have anxiety. I have seen firsthand how it is to see babies in pains, in so much discomfort, just because their pacifier is being taken away from them. Please, as a mother, you won't want your child to face that. How would you avoid that? Please try to wean them off as early as possible. That is, if you have started using it. But if you have not started using pacifier, please don't give your child a pacifier. I observe new parents, there's some of them feel it is a must, or they've not taken time to study. Should I or should I not offer my child a pacifier? It is not necessary. It is not compulsory. Except your doctor has given a strict advice on the use of pacifier because of the unique circumstance or health case of your child. Some children are more prone to sudden infant syndrome than others based on the unique birth circumstances. Except your doctor strictly advises you to get your child a pacifier, please don't offer a pacifier. It is not fancy. It is not, unless they are ready to stop. You can't stop them anymore. It's going to be a lot much difficult to stop them. At that point, it will be so hard, and as a parent, you feel so guilty. Then the child will feel so uncomfortable and settled. We don't want that for our child. Please, as much as possible, if your child don't need a pacifier, please don't offer. Don't force it on them. I know most parents have a story to tell with regards to this issue we're talking about. Some parents have found it much more difficult to wean their child off the pacifier than from breastfeeding for those that breastfeed their child. Please, if you have faced any challenge so that someone can learn from your experience, share your experience, your thoughts in the comment section. This is to help mothers. It is not fancy. It is not fancy. We have not even talked about the hygienic aspect of the use of pacifier. It is another thing altogether. Because once a child reaches that stage that they become mobile, they move around, and then they are still with their pacifiers, it's going to be so difficult to maintain the hygiene level of the pacifier, because it drops off from the mouth. They pick it up the next minute, it's in their mouth. How do you address that? There are so many risks involved with the use of pacifier, especially for older babies, I mean toddlers. This video is an eye-opener. Don't offer your child pacifier except the extremely needed, and if you do, wean them off before they reach the age of asserting their right, before they start telling you no, before they know what it means to say no, mine, because you're going to do your child a lot of discomfort when you try to win them at that age. Thank you for being an amazing parent. Thank you for being an amazing mother. Thank you for being an amazing father. It is worth it. Feel you have any thoughts towards that, please drop it in the comment section. I have a family friend that just gave birth, and at the early stage of this thing, she was giving the child a pacifier, and I noticed this baby was actually resisting the pacifier. But you know, it feels like that's what everybody is doing. So as a new mother, as a new father, you feel if I don't give my child this pacifier, he's gonna be so hard. I have had so many babies under my care that never used pacifier. They did amazing, they did so well. So you don't need to offer your child a pacifier. It's not compulsory. It's not part of a must-buy list for an expecting parent. If you can, as much as possible, please don't offer your child a pacifier. For those that offered, I'm not saying you have done anything wrong. I'm not saying you are not a good parent. No, that's not what I'm saying. If you see what it takes to win a child of a pacifier, then you will stay clear of offering it in the first place, unless you are advised by your pediatrician or by your doctor to offer it to your child. Please drop your comment and your thoughts. Do you think children need pacifiers? And also, for those that have faced the challenge of trying to win their child of pacifier, please drop your comments below. How did you do that? Someone might learn. You would help someone. All these are the things you avoid by gradually weaning them of the pacifier before their age of assertiveness, when they start saying no. And once a child reaches the stage that they start saying no, please, trying to win them off pacifier at that stage, believe me, is going to affect the child, because it's going to affect their personality. It's going to affect so many things about them. Like I said, for those that are giving their child pacifier, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. Neither am I saying you're not a good parent. But as much as possible, if you can, please wean them off as early as possible. I know it's going to be so hard. It might cause us lots of sleepless nights, but please, I want to encourage us, don't offer pacifier. And if you do offer pacifier between the age of 6 months to 10 months, gradually withdraw it from the child. Offer it only when they need it. I repeat, only when the child needs it, which is during sleep and when they are extremely unsettled. Reduce the child access to a pacifier. It is for their good and also for our good as parents, because you want your child to be talking and communicating freely when the time comes. You want your child to be able to self-regulate themselves when the time comes. You want your child to be able to interact with your pets when the time comes. Thank you for being an amazing parent. Thank you for being an amazing mother. Thank you for being an amazing father. It is worth it. These little ones, they are counting on us to help them, to nurture them, to train them, to look after them, and to guide them. And you are doing an amazing job. Thank you for watching. And if you have stayed to the end of this video, please don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you in my next video.